This is one of the reasons smart people get overlooked at work. They were good students in school, so they keep being good students at work. But a corporate environment doesn't reward what a school environment values. You write a thorough email, you present a clear recommendation, but somehow people ignore it until someone else says the same thing, just in a more convincing way. The problem might be that you're senior in your knowledge, but you still communicate like a junior. Here's why. You spent at least 16 years being rewarded for showing your work. In school, that proved you understood, but at work, it can signal that you're still thinking like a student because the corporate world doesn't reward your process as much as it rewards your judgment. So, if you want to communicate more like a senior, here are 3 simple shifts to remember. The first is it's better to lead with your point instead of burying it. In school, you practically wrote novels for answers. You gave the background, the methodology, the data, and finally the conclusion at the end. But at work, that can even be annoying. Executives want the bottom line first. So start with your conclusion and then explain it, not the other way around. The second thing is you don't always need to ask people what you should do. In school, you'd ask, is this right? Because there was one right answer and the teacher had it. But in business, there's rarely one answer, so constantly seeking validation can make you look junior. Instead of asking for permission, state your intention. Swap, what should I do, for I intend to do X, unless you see a risk. And the third thing is, remember it's not that important to prove you worked hard. It's much more important to show what your work achieved. In math class, you got points for showing the process, even if the answer was wrong. But at work, no one really cares how difficult the analysis was. They care if it's useful. So before you send your next email or walk into your next meeting, maybe ask yourself, am I showing my work or am I showing my judgment? And that's how you begin to graduate your communication style from junior to senior.